Ever found yourself wandering through a game, retracing your steps for what feels like the hundredth time and thought, there has to be a better way to spend my gaming hours. Uh, if that resonates with you, then you're in for a treat. And let's dive into a world where your time as a gamer is valued, where the journey is straightforward, and backtracking is a thing of the past. Before we embark on this adventure, a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button and give a thumbs up if you're enjoying the ride. Your support is what keeps the stories flowing. Um, uh, Imagine a game that respects your time, a game where every step forward is a step into the unknown, not a trek back to familiar ground. Uh, um, that's the essence of the JRPGs we're about to explore. Uh, these games understand that your time is precious, and they're designed to keep you moving forward, immersed in their worlds and stories. Um, Take Final Fantasy VI, for instance. In a bold narrative twist, the world is transformed, and you're thrust into a new reality. There's no looking back, only the drive to reunite your allies and confront the menacing Kefka. And it's a game that knows how to keep things fresh, allowing you to focus on the thrill of the adventure rather than the monotony of retracing your steps. And then there's I Am Setsuna, a game that wears its heart on its sleeve. It's a tribute to the classics with a story that's as poignant as the snow-covered landscapes you traverse. There's a purity in its linear progression, a straight path that leads you towards an inevitable confrontation with destiny itself. Final Fantasy 13 might be infamous for its linearity, but for those who appreciate focused narrative, it's a masterclass in storytelling. The game's corridors funnel you through an intricate tale with the world opening up only when it's ready to reveal its secrets. It's a game that asks you to trust in the journey, even when the path is narrow. Lost Odyssey takes a different approach, weaving a tale of immortality and the passage of time. It's a game that understands the power of restraint, limiting the urge to wander, and instead guiding you through a story that spans centuries. It's about the connections we forge and the ones we inevitably leave behind. Is it super both? What can they super be forged at? That Parasite Eve is a gem that shines brightly in the JRPG landscape. It's a game that doesn't waste time propelling you through the streets of New York in pursuit of a threat unlike any other. Uh, uh, there's no time for backtracking when the fate of the world hangs in the balance. Moving away from the traditional JRPG format, we have Fire Emblem Three Houses as a strategy JRPG. It's all about the decisions you make on the battlefield. Each mission is a unique challenge, and once it's over, there's no going back. It's a game that respects your strategic prowess and your time. Triangle strategy continues this trend, offering a complex narrative within a framework of tactical gameplay. It's a game that knows what its players want. a compelling story, challenging battles, and a clear path forward. And finally, we come to Final Fantasy Tactics, a game often hailed as the pinnacle of the Final Fantasy spin-offs. It's a tale of political intrigue and personal growth set in the richly detailed world of Ivalice. The mission-based structure keeps you engaged, constantly pushing you towards the next challenge without ever asking you to look back in it. Now, as we conclude our journey through these time-respecting JRPGs, let's end with a lighthearted nod to our fellow gamers. You know you're a JRPG fan when you consider a straight path through a game to be a breath of fresh air rather than a missed opportunity to explore every nook and cranny. And after all, sometimes the best path is the one that leads you directly to the credits. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your controllers charged and your sense of adventure alive.